No. All right, perfect. So, hello everyone. My name is Celeste. I work in ICE Square. Hello to the people that I have here in person. Today we're gonna be doing a quick introduction, and I will say quick because an hour is not really enough to go through all the stuff that we're gonna try to accomplish today, but we're gonna try to learn a little bit more about Canva. So the people here, you guys can follow along in the computers if you want, or just look at the main screen, the smartboard. I do have someone here in Zoom, so if you like to put your camera or share anything with us, just put it in the chat. We have Kate too. Hello, everyone. I think I put allowed to share camera and audio as well. And then we'll keep an eye as well in Facebook in case that we have people talking to. Okay. Okay, we have 3 people watching in Facebook too, so that's great. And Julia say hi, Celeste. Hi, Julia, if you're watching. All right. I'm gonna share the screen. Perfect. And we're gonna go just to Canva. Everybody can see that? Okay. All right. Let's see if I can put this on the side. Right there. All right, so I'm gonna open a new window really quick because I want to show you. Oh. I just want to go from here. I'm gonna go from another browser because I already signed into Canva, but I do want to show you the options that you have and how to sign in. So Canva, to log in is very easy. You just go to canva.com. And you can sign up by using your personal email or an email that you want to use, or you can use your own Facebook. So there's like couple options, or just with Google. So I highly recommend that if you don't have an account, create one right now, or follow along like I said before. All right. Also, I want to share that there is, you can use Canva for free. I use it for a very long time. The free version, there is so many things that you can do. But if you want to maybe try the Canva Pro account, you can do it for a month, or you can just pay for the subscription where there is more functionality in terms of what to do in Canva. So I just wanted to show you this main page. There's many things that you can do, get inspired, and we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about all the professional templates that you can find in Canva, the images, the quality, and how you can also collaborate with your team. So if you have other people working with you and you want to share those designs, you can create a team and share the flyers or postcards or Facebook posts that you actually doing. Again, there's many templates. And now we're gonna, here is what I was talking about Canva free. Canva free, you can use a lot of logos, pictures, and functions from Canva. Canva Pro let you do a little bit more, especially if you have a business. I will say that's the main reason that you might want to go with Canva Pro. There's more pictures that you can use, or photographs, or one of them, I think one of the main functions that you can use in Canva Pro is sometimes removing the background. So Canva Pro is, you can do it there. And Canva Enterprise if it's a bigger organization. Now, I just want to say that Canva is not like Photoshop. I mean, it's similar in terms of the designing part, but if you want to go a little bit more into graphic design, I highly recommend that you can use Adobe Premiere. So like Photoshop, Illustrator, there are specific tools that you can use with Adobe that you're not going to be able to use with Canva. Speaking of that, here at the library, at the New Haven Free Public Library, we do have Adobe Premiere Pro. So we do have 6 computers and laptops, all fully loaded with Adobe Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, many of the software, if you want to do video editing or photo editing and things like that. Any questions? Questions? Okay. All right. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna be using my folder. I'm actually signing to our account at the library, but I'm gonna, to show you, I'm gonna use here my folder. There is many things that you can do here. There is actually templates. So if you're looking to do a post for social media, such as Instagram or stories or Facebook, I'm gonna try to go through here. You can do also YouTube channel art if you are into videos, or banners, either for websites or for, in this case, for like social media, LinkedIn. There is personal things that you can do, invitations, cards, resumes, postcards. For businesses, such as websites, logos, business cards. I was talking to here with Linda, and she was saying that she wants to do more like flyers. So you have the option here to do posters, flyers, infographics, brochures, newsletters. In terms of education, there is many other options. And these are all templates. In just a second, after I review a little bit of the menu, I'm gonna click in one of them and we're gonna try to go through a design. There's other things that are featured as well. So here you can see all the free photos or backgrounds or different categories such as nature, animals, food, people, and you can also click here and see all. Icons, print products, other things for apps like QR codes or YouTube. You can explore, and you can download also the app. And this is also for your phone. You can download the app for Canva. If you think that you're working a lot of with Canva, you can download it in your phone and you can actually work with Canva, with the application in your phone or in your computer. Something that I would like to show you, because I think that these were actually that are great if you are a beginner or if you want to expand your knowledge, are the design school. There is many courses and tutorials. So I highly recommend to go through those. They're like 2-minute videos or a whole class for maybe an hour, and they'll break it down into mini videos. So I highly recommend those. If you are looking, I'm looking here, but because there's people here and people in person. Okay, so you also can search in Canva. Hi, Lucy. You can also search in Canva. I cheat too. I'm not gonna search right now, but I just wanna just say that when you search for something, for a keyword, it's gonna look through the whole entire Canva. So if you're looking for a poster or a flyer with a specific theme, it's gonna search those, but also you can search for specific all your designs. Or if you have a lot of designs or things that you have made before and you name those, you can also search for those, specific just for the stuff that you've done. All right. So you can see all the designs on this side. You can see all the designs. You can see all the stuff that was shared with you. Another thing that I highly recommend is to create folders. So basically this is for if you're working with different departments, or if you're working with like, okay, sometimes you do invitations for your family, like they're asking you to do all the invitation parties for friends or families, but you also do stuff for work, and you also sometimes do stuff for the holidays. I highly recommend that you get organized and create different folders, because as you use the tool, you're gonna have many designs, and it's easier if you are organized and you have everything in different folders. All right. And for example, here you can see that we have all different folders. And this one is my folder. All right, so we're gonna go here where it says create a design. And I can either make a custom size and say, okay, I want something 4x4. Or I can, if I know that I'm creating something for Facebook, or I know I'm creating something for Instagram, or a flyer or a poster, I can just click in one of these. So right now I'm gonna just click in a regular flyer, 5x5 by 8.5. And again, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. I'm watching here the Facebook with the chat. If you have any questions in person, please let me know. And Zoom, I'm also keeping an eye, so please let me know. All right, so I'm gonna click here where it says flyer. Another thing that I like in Canva is that every time that you do something, opens up a new window. So you don't lose what you was maybe working in the previous tab. So if I was in my folder and then I need to go back to click on something that I'm working here, I can do it. Okay, so there is many things that we can do here. There is flyers or templates here that you can actually use. You can hide that. I'm gonna go back to templates. I will say that if you're not really familiar with graphic design, or you feel like you're out of ideas, using the templates is a great way to start. I highly recommend to start with the templates, because you can just improve that idea, or you can change the colors, you can change the fonts, you can add photographs, like you can personalize that design and make it yours. So we're gonna go with one here. I'm gonna see what I can choose. So let's say, for example, I don't know, maybe I like this one. I just click and automatically it's gonna show in the main screen with all the elements that you can find in that poster. So if I'm gonna actually make it a little bit bigger. Okay. So here on the bottom, you can make the design bigger. So I'm gonna just go like this, and I'm gonna make it bigger so I can see a little bit better. And then if I go over each element, you can see that you can actually click and change anything that you need. So for example, let's say here, I just want to change this title, and instead of saying Native American. I just want to say New Haven, Free Public Library. You can make it smaller, bigger, and change from there. Let's say here, we just want to change it and just instead of the title, say November. So it's very easy to change a template. Another thing that sometimes happens is that, I don't think it's happening right now here, but sometimes the text is all grouped. So I recommend to ungroup so you can actually move things around. In just a second, I'm gonna start a template from scratch, but I wanted to show you this option on how to use a template and how to change it. Once you're in templates, you can, like I say, you can click in all these templates. You can also, let's say you creating a document with multiple pages and you can, you wanna keep the same consistency on how the document looks. You can just duplicate the page. So you can add another page here where it says duplicate page. Yes, so I can click and you can see how it looks. So I duplicate it. And now you can see that there's like 2 pages exactly the same. Again, depends on what you're working on. Sometimes they're helpful. Sometimes you're doing things month to month. Let's say you're doing a newsletter and you just need to change the content of the newsletter from October to November, November to December, but you want to keep the same template that you created. So that's why it might be easier to just duplicate the page and then change the content. You can also remove, delete the page, and you can also add a page, just a white page. In this case, it's gonna be black because my background is black. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna work in the one that looks like black. And as I create things and I add elements, this white bar here that you guys see is gonna give me more specific settings to work with. So I'm gonna show you in just a second. Okay. So elements. Elements is another thing that we can actually use in Canva, and you have different elements. So the recently used, you have lines and shapes. So for example, if I click here on the square, it's gonna just create a square. I don't know if we're gonna have a lot of time to talk about branding, but if you have a company or if you have, you're working for a company and you have a specific logo and colors that the company use, you can set those up in Canva. So right now, for example, green is one of our colors here at the library, and that's why it's showing me the green. If I click here where it says color, I'm gonna see the brand colors for the library, but also you can choose another color, or it's very smart. So like the picture that we were seeing on the flyer on top is giving me the photo colors. So maybe I can use a color that is related to the photograph that I'm using. So that is actually very useful because you want to have a consistency, and this is more going into graphic design, but you want to have a consistency when you're doing your design. So for example, I'm going to use red. All right. You can make this bigger, you can make it smaller. If I right click, there's other things that I can actually do as well. I can copy, I can delete. Once we start having more elements, you can also align those, like send it to the back, move it forward, or align them if you have multiple elements. Another thing that I found out that is very helpful is sometimes to lock the image or the element, so you don't move it accidentally. So if I locked the element, now I can be working in another things, and if by accident I click in this element, it won't move. And sometimes that happens a lot, that you're trying to arrange everything, you're moving things around, and your square moves, and it's like, oh no, you had to start over. Yes, so I click in the image and there is a little lock. Yes. Yeah, no problem. Questions are good. I'm gonna see, okay, perfect. All right, so speaking again of the elements, you have the lines, you have the shapes, you have things that you probably recently used, you have graphics, photos, and if you're doing videos, you can also add a video or the link of the video, and you copy the link of the video and it populates here on Canva. Presentations you can do, charts, there's like many things that you can do. I'm gonna add one element here. So for example, if I click in this picture, it's gonna bring it there. Because this is a Canva picture, it's gonna let me actually work with the colors as well. So I can edit the colors of this graphic, this picture.
You said you can edit it?
We can, yes. Yes. We have a question from Kate. Are the photos and images included in the program okay to use without a source license? Like, yes, they are. So once you actually pay for the Canva Pro, you are allowed to use those pictures for promotion, marketing, or anything that you're doing. I hope that answers the question. So I have this image, but let's say I don't really like the bottom of the skeleton and I want to change it to blue, I can. Other things that you can do with the image, and again, I'm speaking from the Canva Pro account that we have, but there's other things that you're probably not going to be able to use if you're using the free version. But I just want to show you a little bit more about things that you can do. So here where it says edit image, you can do a lot of other things. So for example, I can just change it to this color mix that I just picked. You just select the picture and then you go where it says edit image, right next to the colors, right here. Another thing that you can do, you can flip the picture. Let's say I just flip like that. And another thing that you can do, and this I'm gonna do it with probably the red square so you can see it better. I'm gonna unlock so you can see it. You can use this tool to, it calls transparency, and you can actually make it more like fully red, or you can just decrease the color. I think that is gonna be, it's gonna look better if I use an actual photograph. So I'm gonna just click in a photograph right now here. And let's say I wanna see through, I can just do it like that. All right, perfect. I'm gonna use, okay, same with this picture. Like let's say I just wanna see through, I can just, depends on what you're doing. Like if you put in text and on top of the photograph, you might want to decrease and see through. Good? Okay, perfect. All right, so I wanna go through the next elements, but I just feel like I need to create another page. Okay, I'm gonna change this to maybe white so it's easier to see and work a little bit better. Okay, so we have a new page. I speak about elements. I'm gonna go here where it says uploads. So from here, it's still gonna show you things that we recently, in this case, upload, but you can upload your own media. Photos. So in this case, again, you're gonna see the recently used, recommendations, things that are popular right now, or you can do a search. So for example, let's say I'm looking about something related to nature. When you don't have the pro account, you will see the ones that are pro and the ones that are free. So the ones that are free, obviously you can use them. There is also many other databases or websites that you can use icons or pictures for free. I don't have the list right now, but if you're interested, you can email me or reach to the library and then we can help you with that. So let's say I like this first picture here. I can click and it's gonna just show in the middle of my, in the middle of my page. If you're looking to, for example, use it as a background, I just can right click and say set image as a background with a right click. And then automatically it's gonna change to the full, it's gonna set as the background of the page.
Now, how would you, if you wanted to upload a photo of your own,
Yes.
how would you do that?
So here where it says uploads,
Mm-hmm.
you just click there and then you go here where it says upload media. And then probably there is not many pictures here right now. But you can do it from there. Yeah. Okay. Another thing that sometimes helps or are helpful is that you can go, you can undo, like either with Control-Z or with the arrow to the back. So if it's something that I did and I didn't like it, like setting the image as a background, you can just change, you can go back a step back. Okay. All right. So I have this image. Let's say I just want to arrange it like here. Another thing that is helpful here in Canva is that anything that you do or move is always going to align and it's going to show you these lines, like pink lines, where it shows you, okay, this is kind of like a narrow border and you can just start from there, leaving the border or like it's in the middle of the page. And you will see that when adding more elements, and if you want to make everything proportional and make it look nice, you always want to see those lines to help you achieve that. I'm going to click here where it says text, because this is another one that is also very popular and sometimes we need to work with. So there is 3 options that you can add here. Add a heading, like a title, a subtitle, or just like a paragraph or a sentence. There's also many different font combinations and things that you can add. And these ones are very nice because sometimes you're looking for like, okay, a subtitle, the main title, and let's say a small preview or review of what you're trying to say. So let's say I choose this one. I click it, and even if it shows on white on this side on the menu, it's gonna show in black here because I have a white page. Now there's many things that you can do here. For example, change the font, and it's gonna show you the different fonts that you can use. You can change the size. You can change the color of the fonts. And again, we're going back to, okay, this is our brand color, so you can use one of these. Or because it recognizes that there is a picture or a photograph in my page, in this case with the nature, is giving me the colors of the specific photograph. You can also click more, but let's say, okay, I don't want black, I want to use this dark gray or this dark green to match my photograph. Another thing that you can do is change it to a list. Something that I use often is the spacing. And this is more if you're actually doing like a paragraph or like a newsletter. You can change the spacing if you want more space or less space, the letter spacing too. I will say just once you have the free account and if you don't want to pay for the pro account, just play with it. Like you're not gonna break anything. So just feel free to play and try things. And if you don't like them, you can start over until you get to where you like. Sometimes when you click in this type of text, you might don't want, for example, to use this one here. In this case, everything is like group, so you need to ungroup. So I highly recommend to use that tool sometimes. Like if you don't want to use, I don't know, for beginners. I mean, you can delete it, but it's going to be helpful if you ungroup, and then now each element is separate. And then maybe when you decide to move all the text together, you can group everything. You have a question?
No, I was just looking to see what you got. the group.
Yeah, okay. All right, perfect. So that's basically with text. Again, we can change anything here. Let's say Canva class. For beginners. I'm thinking, what else? Background is the other one that you can use. There is, again, recently used, just colors that you might want to use, landscapes, patterns, many things. So every time that you have an idea and maybe you're not looking or you're not seeing that idea here, you can just search. And that works for everything, for templates, for the elements, for the photos. So you can just type, what's your idea, and then go from there. In this case, I click nature, but let's say I'm looking for a specific trees. It's gonna show me everything that is related to trees. Okay. I wanna see if I can show you with a regular element. Let me see. Let's say, for instance, that we're looking for. Yeah, I'm sorry. I tripped too. No, it's actually like in a bad position. I wanna see if I can. Okay. All right. So let's say I'm gonna click food here and find an element that I might wanna remove the background, because that's another of the tools I feel that they're very useful in Canva, just to remove the background really quick. Let's see. Well, let's see, for example, this one. Let's say I click on that one. And the pic, oh, okay. I'm gonna delete that and I'm gonna show you in a second how. Oh, that's a video, I'm sorry. Let me look for something else. I'm looking for something easy. Well, let's say this. All right, let's say I have this picture here and I just wanna remove the background of this picture. I can click edit image. And then, and again, this is only for Canva Pro, but I feel like it's something that is very useful. It's one of the tools that sometimes people use the most. The background remover. So you click here. And it's gonna be like, I don't know if I choose a good picture. I will, a good example. I hope I did. Might take some time. Okay, it's kind of good. So if I like what I see, I can just apply. So right now it took like the background, like the table that was behind this plate. It just removed it completely and left all the plate. So I don't think I chose a good example, but you get the idea. And then you just apply, and now you can use it. Again, you can move the image to the front, to the back. You can set it as a background. Something that I would like to show you as well, it's kind of different from many of you maybe use in the past Publisher. So when you use Publisher, every time that you don't want to use an image, but sometimes you want to keep it on the side, you might move it like all the way to the side and it will stay there. So in Canva, it doesn't work like that. In Canva, you have to, if you remove it, it is deleted. You have to restore it again from going to maybe photos, and you're gonna see what it says recently, or elements and the stuff that you used recently. So I found that that is helpful as well, but you have to be careful, and you need to know about that, because sometimes you just was moving it out of the way, so it doesn't bother you for a second, and then you have to put it back. But if you just move it all the way to the side, it will disappear. Like this case. Okay, so I think that's the main overview, and I don't want to forget about this. So the other thing that I want to just talk about really quick is about when you changing the name. So here on the top, you can change the name. Let's say this is our flyer for November. So you change the name. You can share the design. In this case, if it's more people in the team. And the main other thing that you can do here is to download it. So if I click here, download, I'm gonna have different options. So you can select the file type that you wanna download, this flyer, template, Facebook post, on like how you wanna download it. So you can, PNG is a high quality image, JP, a PDF print. If you're working with maybe Illustrator or Photoshop, I highly recommend to maybe download it as a SVG. It's a vector file. Depends on what you're doing. If you're doing a presentation and you record yourself, or you put in a video from YouTube, you might need to download it as a MP4 video, and it's gonna give you the high quality, or you can choose different resolution. So I'm gonna just, I didn't do much, but let's say I download it as a PNG. It's gonna give you more options. It's gonna give you more options on how to download it. If you have multiple pages, you can download everything together. But if you have, if you choose in PNG, it's gonna compress the file. It's gonna give you a compressed folder, and then you have to uncompress that. So, for example, in this case, if I just wanna, I'm looking to just have the picture of this last page, I can click here. I can unselect everything and just choose the one that I want to download. Sometimes, I mean, at least for me, it's easier to just download one by one if I'm working in a specific project. So I'm gonna download it, just page number 4. And I wanna see if it downloads. It's gonna, depends on the settings that you have in the computer, it's gonna ask you where you wanna save it. And then if I click here, I will see the picture. Okay, so this one is just downloaded as a PNG. So again, this is good if you, for example, doing work for your website or doing work for your Facebook or Instagram or any of the social media channels. And now if you're looking to do something print, you can also download like that, but you can also do a PDF. Again, it depends on what you're doing. Again, I'm gonna maybe select page number 3. So I show you how it looks. So I'm gonna start downloading. And I think these are one of the, again, most useful tools when you're trying to get something done and you need to download it and you need the ability of download a PDF or a photograph, a PNG. So here is the PDF, all high quality. All right, I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna click in these 3 dots. So here you have the option to download it, but if you click here where is you can see the 3 dots, you can see other options. So you can still download it, you can share the link, you can present, and there is other options. If you have like a Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, you can also post directly. So it's a little bit more advanced. That you can also do other things like printing, and there is some features where you can, Canva can actually print for you if you look into the postcards or business cards, just like Visa Print or Staples or any other companies. Any questions? All right, I'm gonna check here if there's any questions in Facebook. We have 2 people watching. I hope this was helpful. It's a really quick overview on the tools that Canva Pro offers, and Canva in general, but in this case, Canva Pro. If you have any questions, just please ask me anything. We have other 3 people in Zoom. And I hope, again, that this was helpful. Any questions here, maybe? No? No questions here. All right. All right. So thank you so much for watching. And again, if you just try to use it, just try to play with Canva, and you're probably gonna, depends on what you're trying to do, you're gonna find that there's many tools and many things that you can do. Okay. All right.
It's fairly easy.
Is another thing, yes. Yeah, sometimes you hear about Canva, and it's actually, you just said it. It's very easy. Yeah, it's fairly easy. So just try.
What are the differences or the benefits to the Pro? Did you say use background Pro?
So the Pro account has many more pictures and elements that you can use for free, and other functions like the background remover. So these are the other ones, but that's basically the main 2 things. Yeah. Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, okay, so yes, I can explain a little bit more. So Photoshop and Illustrator versus Canva is a Photoshop and Illustrator, they are actually graphic design software that are meant to work with photograph or creating from scratch, let's say a vector or an element. So for example, you can create this image. I'm not sharing the screen. Okay, so let's say a graphic, you can, or a photograph, you can edit and improve the picture with way more tools and settings than Canva offers. However, Canva has many tools, but Illustrator and Photoshop is a professional software that has a lot of more tools to be used. And I hope that answers the question. Okay. Okay, no problem. All right, so thank you so much again. I'm gonna be finishing up this meeting and I hope it was helpful.